Hello, my name is Paul Bergoli. I'm a candidate for re-election to the Quincy School Committee. I grew up in West Quincy with my parents, my three sisters, and my brother. During my childhood, I spent many hours at my grandmother's restaurant, Maria's in Braintree, where I learned the values of hard work and service to people. I raised two sons who also attended the Quincy Public Schools as both a father and a mother from the time they were 6 and 10 years of age. Both are now successful adults. One is a vice president at State Street, and the other is a Massachusetts State Trooper. I attended the Quincy Public Schools, going to Gridley Bryant Central Junior and North Quincy High School. I earned a degree in education from UMass Amherst and later a master's degree in counseling from Bridgewater State. I worked for the Quincy Recreation Department since I was 16 and to this day continue to serve the children of this city, directing summer clinics. Education and working with children has been my life's work for 36 years. 34 of those were in Quincy, starting in Howes Neck and continuing in Squantum, Snug Harbor, Quincy Point, and Marymount. I have gained the knowledge and experience to qualify me to be an effective member of the Quincy School Committee. It was after acquiring all of that knowledge and experience that I first ran in 2012 and was fortunate to earn your trust to be elected. I felt I knew what the issues needed to be addressed to help improve the school system. There is a saying from Aesop that says, after all is said and done, often more is said than done. I said I would get things accomplished, and I did. Here is my record. I said I would work to improve academic standards. Prior to my taking office, student athletes could still play a sport with 2 failing grades. Through my efforts, that has been reduced to 1 failure, and athletes are monitored with progress reports. I said that health education and health educators needed to be returned to the high schools to address issues such as obesity, drug awareness, and dating violence. We have hired 2 such people to educate our high school students. There were concerns about non-residents attending Quincy Public Schools. I pushed to hire an additional attendance officer and recheck residences at each transition in schools. I encouraged the addition of sports at the middle school level. We added wrestling, tennis, and swimming. I also urged the hiring of athletic trainers at each high school. They are now in place. I felt CPR training for our students was an important skill to learn. During the past school year, middle school and high school students, as well as coaches, were certified in CPR. This effort is ongoing. Through the efforts of my policy subcommittee, 30 hours of community service are now required to graduate. I requested that the gym at Central be dedicated to Mario Casali and the basketball court at North be dedicated to Robert Nobby Nolan, 2 men who did so much for the students of our city. I urged the creation of a comprehensive program to address dating violence. It was my efforts which resulted in the installation of panic buttons in all school offices across the city. I initiated a move to eliminate cell phone usage during the school day to minimize distractions. During COVID, I spoke out in favor of keeping children in grades K through 3 in school, following strict safety protocols during this critical time for learning. Unfortunately, the schools were forced to experience remote learning. At our recent October 11th school committee meeting, we learned of the damage done to our students in those early grades, especially in ELA. I was a co-founder of Quincy Youth Soccer with Jim McGuire and Bill Flynn. Quincy Youth Soccer has provided a great experience to thousands of our children in Quincy. I, along with Simone Leary, were co-founders of the North Quincy Women's Hall of Fame, which recognizes former female athletes and their accomplishments. Education has been my life's work. I served for 34 years and have been a member of the school committee for 12 years. Of all the candidates in this race, I am clearly the person with the most experience in education. My leadership, common sense, and service to the children and parents of this city is unmatched. Experience matters, especially when dealing with our children. My experience as a teacher, guidance counselor, 766 chairperson, and athletic coach has been critical to formulate policy and get things done. I don't just ask tough questions, I get answers and results. I'd like to read a note that was sent to me by one of my former students, which will speak to how I have cared for students during my career. It says, "Paul, I hope this note finds you well. You should know, after all these years, you still have an impact, all positive, in my life. I will always be grateful for you and all you did for my mom and I. You were a great human, coach, father, and man. Yours always, Eric." On November 7th, I respectfully request that you cast one of your 3 votes for me for school committee. I thank you very much.